Hello, Nerd Night, and welcome to our first movie review. I'm here with Mason and Ambrose, and we're here to talk about Black Panther, which we just saw. So, what are your first thoughts?
The technology was awesome. Like, it was over the top in the best ways.
I agree. That
Blowing
was awesome.
up cars with physics it's just the best.
The laws of physics that you can hold and store momentum and then release it in a pulse bomb.
Well, I mean, like, that's how movies work. Like, they make it sound scientific.
And then
then it
they
just turns
totally
out-
toss it out
And
there.
then, like, film theory comes along and screws everything up, and the filmmakers are like, what the heck, Matt
Hey,
Pat?
hey, I like film theory. Don't hurt Matt Pat.
I like film theory,
also, we
too.
could get in trouble, so we might not.
Also, you're really close to the mic. You need to scoot back, broski.
I'm just gonna go ahead and say what I thought. I agree with him. That was the coolest shit ever.
That was...
It was
Wait,
the coolest thing when he would just go up and just jump on them and just hello, goodbye.
Hello, goodbye. Your car's now a tin can and is crushed and is in the compactor.
Plus,
So-
of course, they had to do the classic thing when the hero's car was destroyed. That the driver was just sitting there with their wheel in their hand, just the old-fashioned, because that joke has never been played before.
The old-fashioned
But the
skidding
thing
down
is-
the street on your seat with the steering wheel in your
but the
hands
thing
and
is, like,
absolutely
that
nothing.
joke works every time.
I guess so.
Not every time.
Not every time, but if it's-
that worked.
Mhm.
Also, those, like the Royal Guards, I'm not entirely sure what they're called, because did we ever get, like, the mention? Like, an actual name mention?
I think they were just called like general and whatever.
But anyways,
They're
those were badass.
Yeah, they were pretty awesome.
They made Zack Snyder's, Amazons look feeble. Oh, wait.
Yeah,
no,
because
no,
they
no.
immediately got killed by guns after training for like millennia to destroy Ares,
Oh,
which is a
wait, no,
god.
Zack Snyder's, Amazons were feeble. And I'm not talking about, like, the ones in Wonder Woman. Like, that's kind of expected, because basically they're going up against rods of death.
This isn't fantasy fight, but let's just all agree that Zack Schneider sucks.
Yes, Zack Schneider versus Marvel.
Tone it down, Buckaroo. Tone it up, Mason Opsy.
Nice hitting the mic there, Ryan.
Yeah.
I gotta say, I'm just gonna go ahead and get the bad out of the way. But the one thing, if I had to say anything that I disliked about that movie, is the fact that he would constantly be taking off his mask and then just immediately.
Yeah,
putting
it would
back
go.
on the next
He
scene. It was
in
irritating.
every single scene. Suddenly his mask was off, and then they would have the little show of like the hexagons putting it back on, and then suddenly it was off
They
again.
like
It's like
that
why?
I didn't
animation
mind
way
that.
too much.
I liked it
That
too,
was
and I didn't
cool.
really mind it. Like,
Is that where all
the
of your
logic-
special effects budget went?
No,
I wouldn't mind
obviously
it.
not. But I do agree. It was a cool effect, and it was a cool suit. But they might have used it a little too much. The only logical reason I can think that is maybe the suit was too difficult the helmet was too difficult to breathe through for the stunt actor. It might have been issues for him.
Yeah,
Maybe
but then
just wanna swap
at the
out.
same time, then if they were gonna cut it anyway, they could have just cut it and then kept going with the mask still on. I think that they just wanted to show the actors more, give them more face time, especially because the antagonist didn't have his face showing as much as T'Challa himself or T'Challa. I can't say the name. Just don't.
And
don't
someone
hurt
could
me.
somehow get them mistaken for one another because their suits are so
Because
similar.
they have
Actually,
they
kinda
both
like-
are black. Oh no,
They're
I
actually
cannot
not
tell
black.
between the
What?
purple and the yellow. Oh. Anyway,
thought-
so the thing that you didn't like was the mask coming on and off. What is your least favorite part of the movie, Ambrose?
I don't really know. Like, I really loved it all, but
He's got nothing. It's amazing. He's speechless.
yeah, I'm speechless 'cause there's nothing I
This is a
didn't
rare
didn't
occurrence.
like.
For those who don't know, this is
I mean,
a very
like-
rare occurrence.
Even in the nitpicky stuff, like, I couldn't. There's nothing even in the nitpicky stuff I didn't like.
All right, then I guess I'll move on to me. Two things that I didn't like were I enjoyed the battle scenes like immensely, except that freaking camera spinning, especially in the first battle scenes. Like late in the movie, it stopped doing that as much, but early in the movie, especially the chase scene, is one that I remembered especially. The camera was spinning around like it was.
Cameraman had a case of whiplash.
It was just like zooming everywhere, and
It's like the guy
I
in
was-
a freaking
I was-
hamster ball.
I wasn't.
Just-
I wasn't getting sick, but if it was in 3D, I would be sick because it was way too much spinning around. Like, we don't need to see every single angle at once. Just keep the camera on for a solid 5 seconds, and I'll be able to see who's punching who in the face.
The
It'll
only
all be
reason they
good.
could, it's probably because they had the cameraman in a wheelchair, a spinning like office chair, like just push him down the street so he could keep up with the cars.
Okay, so probably the worst thing about the movie for me was one of the previews. Like, the previews weren't very good at it, and I guess that's more of a locational thing. Like, there was nothing about any new movies that I was really hyped for. Especially that weird Hurricane Heist one.
Oh, yeah. I don't.
So you're
I'm
boycotting
gonna
Don't
watch
Go.
that just
Okay,
for the hell of it,
I
'cause
thought you
think
meant-
that's gonna be. I think that's aiming to be a B movie, which I can respect.
I don't
I
know.
thought
'cause it's
when you
from
said the
director of, like, Fast and Furious.
All
so I
right, well,
don't know.
guys,
Triple
guys,
X,
we're getting off topic, but I
Okay,
thought
sorry, my bad.
by previews I thought you meant of the actual movie, and I'm like,
Yeah, so
okay.
did I. I thought you meant like the.
I
TV
thought you were
show.
actually on topic, and then I
No.
realized, heck no, that's just a regional thing that one person didn't enjoy. Anyway, back to the topic at hand. What was your favorite one or two things so we can keep going?
Okay, so obviously my favorite thing was the technology.
If you had to choose
I
a
really-
favorite.
My favorite thing was actually the reason for Killmonger's like wanting to take over was because I like this a lot when villains aren't like totally evil and that you can really relate to them.
They
like,
aren't
in,
just like, hey, I'm a DC villain and I just want to kill the world because I want to
really
kill the
going-
We're like
world.
Really going
boosting
on
Zack
Snyder.
Snyder in this one.
You deserved it.
Zack Snyder is like not gonna be standing.
I don't understand why
I-
they keep bringing him back.
I don't
Why?
have a
Because no
stance on
directors
this.
wanna
I have no stance. These people hate Zack Snyder. Please don't strangle me when he comes
I'm
for
just
us.
mad at the Watchmen movie. Like that's the main thing I'm mad about.
All right, forget
Okay,
this.
that's
This
way
is
off
Black
topic.
Panther.
Okay, my bad. I'm sorry, but yeah, I like the technology. What was my other thing? Oh yeah, Killmonger wasn't totally unrelatable. Like I like when you can really get behind a villain's motives.
All right,
Yeah,
on to
Rose.
Mason because
No,
you're
I'm
you're
still
rambling too
explaining.
long. Just
Still
kidding. just
explaining,
kidding.
man. Okay, like in the X-Men movies that Fox does, Magneto isn't totally a bad person. All right, you see
Yes.
like you see his family get killed like so many times, and you're just like, yep, kill all those people. They deserve it.
Almost as many
Destroy
times
them
as
all.
we've seen Batman's parents killed, because that's how they open up just about every single Batman.
But the thing is, like every single Batman movie is like, yeah, get over it.
You know
But
the
with
story?
Magneto, like you understand, holy crap.
Yeah.
All right, anyways, off of my thing, Mason.
One of my favorite things is I actually just enjoyed the movie in general. I can't actually say, but my favorite scene probably was the car chase or the final battle, just because I enjoyed the implementing of the
Vibranium,
no, not it was the suit. What the suit did,
the kinetic,
the kinetic
force.
force. Thank you.
Yeah.
It slipped my mind. But yeah, I really loved the way they implemented that. I think a lot of heroes could try this and like.
Can we appreciate the fact that it was like a purple Wonder Woman put two hands together and make
Yeah,
a
it
big
was like
bouncy
that,
ball thing?
But
Yeah,
better.
but better, yeah, because
They pulled
with
it off
Wonder Woman,
correctly.
like it just
With Wonder
It felt
Woman,
like-
it was spammy. It's like, huzzah, A, B, plus, go, bang,
no, it
bang,
felt like a
bang.
couple kids,
Like, I
like,
know that's
playing
not
a
an
video
actual
game.
combo. Don't flame me. I just said random things because I don't know what else to say. Okay.
but it felt like a video game whenever she would do it. Like
Yeah,
a
because
couple
it was
kids
just
would,
the
like,
exact same special effects and everything, but in Black Panther it was actually used in different ways.
it was used in
and I
different
just
ways,
loved
it
it
was
when they
used in different-
smashed that car. That was like the
Yeah.
most satisfying thing.
That was
if you
like
watch
just
that in slow
explosion.
motion, it
That
was like,
was just-
ooh,
It's
yes.
like one of those videos when you see like someone like breaking through ballistic gel with like a bullet, and it's just one of those like yes, destroy it all.
It's just a satisfying part of the movie. That's like I said, it's probably my favorite part of the movie, just because he used that and just dominated with it. Also, one thing, if I didn't bring up on the Wonder Woman thing, something I didn't understand is like I don't actually remember her ever being able to do that in
no,
anything.
in
Alright.
any comics,
Yeah.
right?
Like, in any
But
comics.
it's because she awakened her
very possible.
godly power, so, you know,
True.
she just
I just want to
stands.
say, if anyone wants to prove me wrong, if she ever did that in the comments, in
In
the
the
comics,
comments.
Not even
down
like,
in the comments, please tell me when she ever did that.
not
One-
even
one
like
thing-
Zack's. not
One
even-
thing that I didn't enjoy actually about the kinetic thing was that I had kind of hoped that more of the plot would actually, like, he would be maybe outmatched by the fighting, but then by Killmonger, but he was smarter. So he would like let him hit him a whole bunch and then just unleash it, but it actually didn't really turn into anything in the end. Like he just sent some
Well, I mean, he did
sent
fight smarter.
he sent them flying a bit, but yeah, he did beat him with smarts, but I was kind of hoping that he would like utilize the kinetic thing more, and it really didn't actually happen at all in the later scenes. But on to my favorite part, well, definitely the soundtrack as well as oh crap, what was I gonna say? I had one more favorite part that was way better. No, I straight up can't think of it at this point. But
Go with the car scene since we both like that. Let's
the,
just say
the
I
car
like
scene is god.
The car just.
But yeah,
That was worth the whole movie just to see that.
I don't know that, but
all right.
it was pretty damn awesome.
On to the most disliked, or did we already do that?
Yeah, we already
I
did.
think we
Oh
already did that.
fudge!
I don't think
I
there's
am
anything-
great at this.
Okay, well, anyways.
Anyways, what are your final thoughts on this movie?
All right, I think we need to have a rating system. All right, so
10
What out of 10?
Big Macs
what
out of
10
greasy.
No, what out of 10? How many claws out of 10 Panther claws do you give?
Oh my god, you're turning into a food reviewer. Anyway,
I am turning into a food.
I would say it was
Hi guys, we're
defi-
trying the new Big Mac.
the new
Is it
the new
sad
old
I
Big
can
Mac.
see you doing that? Is it sad that I can
Yes.
legitimately see you doing making
Yes, it
shit
is,
like
mate.
that?
You
All
have
right.
stopped being my best friend because.
All right.
of
Sorry.
I'd say like an 8 out of 10 because I really enjoyed it, but there were definitely some plot holes and things that I didn't like. The soundtrack was great, the visuals were great, the fighting scenes were great, but some of them were completely unviewable, especially if you watched it in 3D. It like not completely unviewable, but it just kind of didn't work well for me personally.
I give it a 9.5 Panther claws. I
You
really
just cut one in half, just shaved one down.
I took my spear and I snapped one.
I was gonna say you filed it down a little. Just
You just-
like you were getting a nail job and then you had to leave. Like,
All right, so
after-
anyway,
Okay, so anyways, but yeah, no, I thought the visuals great. I thought the soundtrack was great. The villain actually had a motive, which was nice.
it was nice. That's
Because-
new and that's pretty new.
Even in like the whole superhero round, like with DC, it's. I
Well,
mean,
even
what
in
can you-
Marvel, a lot of them besides Loki are like pretty much like, "Hey, I don't like
I'm the
you."
villain. Screw you.
yeah, that's pretty much what it's like. But no, like I like.
Like Killmonger's like, "Hey, you killed my father. Prepare to die." Oh wait, you didn't. But this guy is kind of responsible for it, so I spear him and I throw you off waterfall. Spoiler alert.
But his whole thing was
You probably should have put that
Black
in the video.
Black Panther and Wakanda could have helped him throughout his struggling childhood. Because let's admit, your father's dead. You're not gonna have a great time.
So yeah,
But-
and then the dad figure was actually flawed because he just left the kid there. He's like, "Oh well, goodbye."
Your father is
even the
dead.
person who was
Goodbye.
originally put out to be the villain, which was the father, which was the brothers, the king and his brother. Like they were put out to be the brother was put out to be the bad guy at first, but then we get more about him. And he's like he wasn't really a bad guy. He
It was more of
he was a
He was
good
just he was a
father.
flaw. He had flaws.
Everyone has.
He
flaws.
wanted to help people. All right, so Mason, your rating, and I do have one more thing to put in. That was a bad thing for me, which was not Cable, Claw. I didn't like his implementation, especially because I believe he's a pretty prominent Black Panther villain, and he did do his thing, and he was a really awesome villain, but he was just killed off just like that as a plot device so that he could be dragged in, so that there would be a reason that people would want him to be, that Killmonger to be king. And he only used his arm, like, effectively against Black Panther, like, once, then he just got cut off.
Again.
And then he was just, again.
He was just a useless white
Then
guy.
he was just a plot device at that point. He was a plot device at that point.
Yeah,
I don't mind him
I was sad about him dying too.
Alright.
Because like during the beginning of the movie, he was like my favorite part because he
Yeah.
was hilarious.
Alright.
But you
I'd
have to
give it-
remember, Mason. You have to
yeah.
remember, he's Golem, and I'm pretty sure Voldemort. Yeah,
Alright,
he's
so-
Golem and Voldemort.
Anyway,
Do you
what's
want
your
Golem and Voldemort to live, Mason?
what's your rating, Mason?
I give it like maybe a 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10. I would definitely go see it again because
Totally.
it was a good movie and
Get a little bit more in
once
depth.
again. I really think we should have put the spoiler alert at the very beginning.
Don't
of the
worry,
video.
I'll do that Editing God. No, just kidding. I messed up.
Anyway, what I think I do,
I think I do.
For people who, most likely, like half the people in our theater who left after the after credit scene, there was a second one where we actually get to see Bucky. And
Yeah,
stuff.
Bucky
So
Bucky was in Wakanda, or at least in Africa, which was also great.
So stick around for that because it's pretty cute.
So yeah,
I do
And
like
also, I'm super glad that we're getting more Black Panther stuff in Infinity War. I am so psyched.
With that, we have a 9 or an 8, a 9, and a 9.5 Panther Claws out of 10. So we're gonna wrap this up for now. If you enjoyed, like and subscribe. If you want to add something, maybe we got something wrong, misinterpreted something, or you just want to add your opinion, please tell us that in the comments.
But nicely.
But nicely.
Nicely.
Be a nice human being, because we are fragile and need your support. So if you enjoyed, definitely like and subscribe, and we will see you later. Thank you for watching.
Danke.